Hello everyone, and this is Desi, and in this video I want to talk about some little changes that we've made to WebPST just to kind of make things a little bit more user friendly for every one of you. So the first thing we did is we collapsed our left menu, as you can see. So it's no longer going to be expanded by default. That makes it so that you have more area to see the screen. So if you just hover over it, then it becomes available. But then when you hover back, like it just collapses. This was something that was requested by some of our users. So I think you guys are going to like this better. So the next thing that we have is in jobs. Let's actually go to a job itself. Right up here, we made some changes as to what you can edit and how things are displayed. So here's our job summary. You have your client, your attorney, the client reference number. If there is a client contact selected for the job, it will appear right here. The server, zone, and the documents for service are listed right here. If you want to see your case information, so before that wasn't up here, so we added it, the case number, the plaintiff, defendant, the state, county, court type, so that way you don't have to go to what used to be job basics. We actually changed it to job settings. It just kind of made more sense, but you don't have to go in there and go to the case and edit it, so we just simply added it up here for easier access. And then the next thing is like the timeline status. So the job is unfinished, what type of priority, if it's standard, rush, same day rush, the receive date, if it's closed, it will have the close date and time, and then the invoice date. If there's any action date or any expire date or anything like that, it will show up here. But if there's none, we just hiding it because there's no need to display it there. We added a button here that says close job. So if you click on that, it will actually give you the information that you're missing to close the job. And then up here, once service information is filled out, it is going to show up here. So that way, if you go into the job and it's closed out, you can easily see who, the day and time of service, the person that got served, and the type of service. So I'm going to show you that. Also, as you can see, we did little pencils here. So if you click on it, it's going to take you directly into editing that area. So if I want to edit any of these things right here, I can just click on this pencil and it takes me to the job settings tab. If I want to edit the case, I can just click on here. Boom, it's going to open up the case automatically for me. I have access to this a lot easier. So just kind of easier ways to get to where you need to get to without so many clicks. Same thing with a timeline status. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to this job option area. So we also change the buttons down here now, save and close. So before, anytime the job was completed and if you made a change and you hit accept, it would kind of like accept everything, have a pop-up, and then kick you out of the job. We're not doing that anymore, just so that, if you need to change any other things, then you will still remain on that job and then you can just get out of the job whenever you want to, rather than having the job kick you out and then you potentially having to go back in. So let's say we have like service information here. So this is a company. I'm going to go ahead and add my alternate survey, natural person. Let's say she was the president. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my date and time of service. Let me go with corporate serve. I really don't feel like filling out the recipient description, so I'm just going to uncheck that. And then it's served perfectly. So as you can see up here, it's telling me, Jennifer, corporate, it's served, and then the address that got served. So now I can go ahead and hit save. Now, if you have client notes, we added this pop-up here where it'll show you the client notes. So if you have client notes and then server notes, it's all going to be in one window. So it will say client notes, server notes, and then that way you can check them out rather than having client notes pop up and then server notes pop up. So let's pop-ups for you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done on that. From here, it's going to tell you that looks like you have completed the service on this job. Check your invoice. Everything looks great. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then here is your print queue. So now it's asking you, would you like to create a proof and an invoice? So if you do, you get to check, the boxes that you want. You're going to say yes. It's going to attach them for me. And then that's it. And then I'm done. If you're done with this job, you can hit close. If you need to make any other changes, then you can. But that's pretty much it. So I hit close and it's all good. And then if for some reason, I have to go back into that job and then make some change, or, if it's closed, the idea is that there's not as many pop-ups happening. We have Ask Amy buttons. So here is Ask Amy. You can just go ahead and drag and drop your documents. We also added her up here. So you can go ahead and drag and drop your documents, just in case if you don't want to have to go into Add Job and then expand Amy, So just easier access. There's, 3 ways to get to her. And I believe that is pretty much it as far as the UI. One thing we are doing is we are making it so that if your database is set to just do classic jobs by default, now when you enter jobs in WebPST, they will be in classic mode. If you enabled for all of your jobs to be defaulted as shotgun jobs or enhanced jobs, then when you add jobs in the desktop version or the WebPST version, it's going to be the same. So you will no longer be forced to, only enter enhanced jobs from WebPST. It'll be depending on the miscellaneous option that you have enabled on your PST desktop. So just a quick note on that. And if you guys have any questions about any of the stuff in the UI that we changed, please give us a call or send us an email. We're here to help you in any way we can. Have a happy PST day.